Atari were once upon a time titans of the games industry. They had faded into obscurity and had been many years since they released a games console. But now they're making a comeback in a big way.
In the news this week, the crowdfunding campaign for Atari's new console, the VCS, went live on Indiegogo on May 30th and has already surpassed its funding goal of $100,000 by raising over $2.1 million. The Atari VCS is a compact Linux-based PC that can play new games and classic Atari games. The system comes preloaded with 100 games from the Atari catalogue, and there will be a selection of new games from Atari and independent developers. Atari are also encouraging developers to submit their own games for distribution on the platform. As for hardware, the VCS boasts an AMD CPU and GPU, 4GB of RAM, 32GB of storage, and it's compatible with any existing PC peripheral. The Atari VCS will cost between $199 and $399 depending on the configuration, and is due to release for backers in spring 2019.
And as of time of recording right now, since the script was written, it's already amassed another $150,000. So it's at $2.25 million now of its original goal, $100,000. So this thing is a smash success. This was, for us, 2 days ago. By the time you get this video, it'll probably be a few more days and a few more $100,000. So the apparent desire for this is huge. Who wants a Linux-based PC console though, Jake?
Hipsters, and it's made out of wood, and it's Atari, wood, so right. It's definitely for hipsters. Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one because you were just saying that, is it a bit of a PC like a Steam box, or is it going to be more of a console? We know we can put PC peripherals in, so keyboard and mouse and all that lot. VR headset? Who knows? But yeah, it's a bit of an unusual one. Kickstarter and stuff like that is a powerful tool for nobodies to get their games out there. Atari aren't nobodies though, so I can kind of see how they've gone from 0 to plus of 2 million so soon. So yeah, could this be the return of Atari? Don't know, who knows, but you heard it here first.
One thing's for sure is that the console market has been primarily Sony, PlayStation, Xbox and Nintendo for so long now. The fact that another big-ish player, if you can call them that, are coming into the scene, providing more competition for the marketplace. If they can hit off in a big time, it would shake things up big time for the industry. Let's just see how this pans out. The next installment in the Assassin's Creed series has been announced this week, and this one will be called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. The official announcement came in the form of a 5-second Twitter video on the official Assassin's Creed Twitter account. The announcement came apparently in response to an online leak earlier in the week. The leak, which came from French video game site Jeux Video Live, was an image of an officially branded Assassin's Creed Odyssey keychain, not the kind of leak you can easily talk yourself out of. The site also claimed the game will be set in ancient Greece. If Odyssey will be the next installment in the Assassin's Creed franchise, coming only a year after the previous installment Origins, then apparently no gap year this year.
Third game in a row, Assassin's Creed's been leaked via merchandise. Stop doing it, guys. Be careful. 3 times. What did they say? Fool me once, whatever. Fool me twice. What did they say about fool me 3 times? Nothing. There's no does it 3 times.
Merchandise. I mean, that's a part of parcel of the whole Assassin's Creed thing is like the marketing and how much tat they can sell with the stuff. Now, if the tat leads to them being leaked like this, then it's just their own fault in it for trying to sell tat in the first place. But the thing with this is that we actually covered this a couple of months ago, where Liam Robson was writing on comicbook.com, and he had received information that it was going to be in Greece, and that was on May the 18th, right? So that was just a leak that they didn't care about, and they didn't officially respond to that one. But when it comes to an officially branded keychain, which they can't talk themselves out of, they had to respond. And so they thought, rather than people talk about this keychain, which we can't say anything about, we'll just release a 5-second trailer. Actually, the gameplay or the whatever graphics are in there, whether gameplay, whatever, it's literally 1 second long, and the rest of it is see you at E3. So it's like shutting all the speculation down. Yes, it's Odyssey. See you at E3, as in more information coming later. Don't listen to any rumours. We'll give you some official info.
They responded in just a matter of hours, so they obviously were panicking. We need to render something, whatever. There's been rumours, that people are unhappy with the game coming out year after year, and people said take a break off, and finally we've seen some new game engine stuff, and I, for one, am really looking forward to the sequel of Super Mario Odyssey. I'm so excited to make that joke. So excited to make that joke. Oh my god, I got smiling through it. I've ruined it. But as you know what? I was so excited for that one. In other news, For Honor has been having something of a comeback in the past few months, and Ubisoft continued to support the game over a year after it came out. Ubisoft recently released a developer diary which gives some insight into how they managed to turn the game around. In the video, For Honor brand director Luc Deschamps said, quote, "The team has never stopped working on the game, and it has improved on all levels, and that is the beauty of a live game. For Honor is one of Ubisoft's many live service games alongside The Division, Rainbow Six Siege, and Ghost Recon Wildlands, and Ubisoft are doing pretty well with this approach. Game director Damien Kikan said, "It's a big challenge, but in the end, you're never bored and you're constantly surprised by the reaction of your players, and that's really enlightening." Community developer Eric Pope also spoke about the importance of the community, saying, quote, "We work very closely with the top players of our game. We bring them to the studio every couple of months for workshops where they test upcoming content, and they give us very helpful feedback." So we're seeing live services, games as a service, all that getting pushed. And this, I mean, it's not really that on topic, but have a think about this. You know, journalists and stuff are reviewing games. When Ubisoft are doing well with a game like For Honor, when that came out, it wasn't getting rave reviews, but by the sounds of it now, it's getting a lot better. How are they going to adapt like scores and critic scores to stuff like this? Because The Division is another game that's considered really improved. Rainbow Six Siege, everyone thinks that's better now. But if you look at like Metacritic, which a lot of people do and stuff like that, that's not really a fair representation anymore. So reflect these changes. Yeah. It's videos like this that gets the news out for people that haven't played For Honor. Yeah. But scores and stuff can't really reflect the stuff that Eric and Luke and all the others have been saying about this.
I feel like games as a service will have to adapt the way, or journalists especially, will have to adapt the way that they treat games as a service. Games, I saw recently where a game was being re-reviewed. I think it was The Division, in fact. It was one of the games as a service games anyway, was definitely being re-reviewed. I know that for sure. And you know, I think going forward that maybe games journalists will have to do that. Treat them as, you know, every year like this is our updated review. Because if games are going to do well into the future like this, like Ubisoft, they're nailing it down. They know exactly how to get games to thrive years after release. Then this will obviously have to be a thing because the old information, say if it's a game like 5 years ago, it won't reflect what the state that the game's in now. So it's very interesting, and on the fact that Ubisoft keep doing it time and time again. They've obviously got something nailed down with this games as a service thing. Not releasing sequels to these, although Division 2's coming out, so what will that say for the success of The Division, having that turned around? Rainbow Six Siege, do they want to make another one after that if they're making, and For Honor, do they want to make a For Honor 2 now? And that's the question, is like, why all the sequels? Because that's been the trend in the industry, so many sequels. Now it's like, oh, we've got a success here, do we make a sequel or don't we? I mean, question to ask.
Keep it alive as long as you want to these days. Ubisoft are probably the best example in the industry of listening to feedback. That's the important thing here. For Honor, feedback. Little hand movement analogy for you there.
Yeah, for everyone just listening in the background and not watching.
For the deaf amongst you, I got you covered too. It's been a long week, you know. This is the last video.
It's been a long week, yeah. Congratulations, Jake. You're doing well.
Mike's back tomorrow, so that's good.
So that's it for us for another week. What caught your eye in the news? Let us know down in the comments below. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new around here. Check out another one of the videos on your screen there. Support us on Patreon using that link there. We'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now. I've run out of words.